I decided to get healthy. I was feeling inspired, like one of those days where you eat a salad and suddenly imagine your whole life turning around. That kind of delusion. Anyway, I signed up for a beginner's yoga class at a new studio that had great reviews online. It was called something spiritual like Infinite Light Space of Eternal Flow, which should have been my first red flag. I walked in and was immediately hit by the smell of incense and judgment. Everyone was barefoot, glowing, and hydrated. I, meanwhile, was in an old t-shirt with a ketchup stain that I pretended was a modern art print. The instructor floated into the room, not walked, floated. She had a voice like she'd swallowed a wind chime. "Welcome, souls," she said. "Today we surrender to the spiral." The spiral? I just smiled and nodded like I totally spiraled all the time. We started with simple stretches. Easy, I could handle this. But then things got intense. She instructed us to release tension by howling. Like wolves. People actually howled. Full moon, National Geographic, Twilight-level howling. I tried to participate but ended up sounding like a dying vacuum cleaner. Then came the breathing exercises. She told us to breathe through our third eye. I didn't even know where my second eye was half the time. And when I whispered to the person next to me, "Do we actually have a third eye, or is this like a metaphor?" They gasped like I'd just insulted their grandma. Midway through class, she asked us to channel the energy of an elk. An elk? I have no idea what elk energy feels like, so I kind of just stood there pretending to chew imaginary grass and blink wisely. She came over, looked me dead in the eyes, and whispered, "You are resisting the elk." I panicked and said, "Sorry, I'm more of a raccoon person." After class, she pulled me aside and handed me a flyer for a weekend spiritual cleanse retreat in the woods. "Phones are burned in a sacred fire," she said with total seriousness. Burned! Needless to say, I did not go. But I did stop by a taco truck on the way home and ate 3 quesadillas while listening to a podcast about conspiracy theories, which, in a way, was its own form of healing. And that's the story of how I accidentally joined and narrowly escaped in a yoga cult.